off to the DJ. Same song twice in an evening. Save me, can't take it. I don't belong in this club. One dance, no chance. 'Cause I'm feeling awkward.
Hello everybody, welcome to day 15 of Vlogmas, which is very exciting because we're still going, which is pretty impressive for me. This is actually right now the start of November that I filmed this because I wanted to make sure that I did get all of Vlogmas filmed because I really wanted to do it. So that today I thought it would be fun to talk about what is Working Hunter, because I get so many questions each day asking what actually is Working Hunter and how can I do it, because obviously it seems that not that many people know what it actually is. So today I thought I would tell you a little bit about Working Hunter and what me and Clyde do, since that's our main discipline. So Working Hunter is basically, it has two parts to it, because the first part you jump about 9 to 12 fences, I think it is, of rustic wooden kind of things, and they have every single scary thing you could ever think of underneath them. They could have sheep, or like fake sheep obviously, or pigs, or hedges, or basically anything the person can find at the side of the ring they put under the jump to try and petrify the horse. At the Royal Highland show we were at this year, they had ducks, but the water tray that they were in under the jump was actually making a noise, so as you jumped it you had to make a noise so the horse could not hear that noise. So all they are trying to do basically is get you to fall off, so that's so kind of them. And then the second part is the confirmation, so you do an individual show for the judge, and then you do an in-hand bit where you walk them up and then trot them back, and the judge has a look at your horse and everything to see how nice they look and things like that. So I'm going to talk a bit about the jumping part first. So as I said, they make very scary fences to try and get you to fall off, and there's normally about 9 to 12, and I think it's a max of 15, but that's including doubles and things like that. So normally there's quite a lot of spreads as well and things like that, which Clyde finds quite difficult. So you get marked for your style, and then you get marked for whether you have penalties or not. So hopefully you won't have penalties, and then you get marked for maybe like riding nicely and having a rhythm the whole way around, instead of like your horse stopping and then flying over the jump, instead of just going in a nice rhythm over it and like a steady rhythm. So they mark you on that, and then there is, in the M&M bit, there is 4 sections I think. There's the 1-5-3 kind of section, there's 1-4-3, which is what me and Clyde do, there's 1-3-3 and 1-2-3, 2-3 I think. I'm not really sure, I only really know about Clyde's section. So there's that, and then the 1-4-3 is for ponies that are between 13.2 and 14, I think it's 13.2 and 14.1, something like that, but it's around that anyways. So Clyde's 13.3, so he's like right in the middle of it, but more towards the smaller height of the section. So the max they have to jump is 90 centimetres, which is really, really high for a fell pony. So Clyde sometimes struggles a wee bit with the height, but if he's going forward he absolutely flies over them, which is really good. So we have to do that. And then when you go into the confirmation, so the judge just has a look at your horse and chats to you for a little bit, and then you just go and do your own wee individual show. And obviously you have to include in extensions as well, which you obviously use to show off how nice your horse looks, because the judge likes seeing a forward horse as a working hunter pony, because if they're out hunting, they try to picture them what they'd be like out hunting, which obviously they would need to be really forward and they would need to be really brave, which is also why the jumps are so scary, because if you were out hunting the jumps wouldn't be like scary and you wouldn't just be able to stop because there's so many horses behind you, so you would need to jump it. So once you've done your individual show, you need to go out while someone else is doing it normally, and then you get off and you take their saddle off, and then your groom will come in, which is my mum, and they will give your horse a brush and get them looking nice and get the kind of sweat marks off where their saddle's been, and then you go in and you walk up and trot back, and obviously you want your horse standing square as well because you want them to look their best. So clothing wise and tack wise, and bear in mind this is for M&M working hunters, so it might be different for non-M&M. I do not do non-M&M, so please don't listen to this part if you do not have an M&M, because it might not be true. But for me, I wear a brown saddle cloth that like fits in with his saddle, that kind of shape, so that you can't really see it, just to keep him from the saddle rubbing his back. And then I have a brown Havana kind of coloured bridle on him, which has a plaited brow band there. And it's all plain. You don't wear blingy brow bands at all because they're meant to look natural and things. And then their mane and tail, you don't plait them up for M&M Working Hunter because they are meant to look natural, as I just said there, because they are mountain and moorland ponies. So they're basically meant to look like they've just come in from the field, but they're really, really clean. So you want them looking perfect, but you also want their mane like flowing and smooth looking and shiny, but you're not meant to have it all brushed looking, but obviously you still brush it, but you're not meant to have it perfect, like absolutely perfect looking. If you're not meant to plait it up or anything, is basically what I'm saying. And then for the rider, I wear a brown hat silk, and then I wear a cream coloured shirt, a tweed jacket, and a navy green kind of tie, which I think kind of goes together well. And then I wear a yellow scrunchie in my hair and a bun, obviously, with a hairnet, which keeps it tied back nicely. And then for my jodhpurs, I wear a kind of a yellowy colour, but they're not bright yellow and they're not creamy coloured, they're kind of in the middle. I can't remember what it's called, to be honest, but that's what I wear. And then I've just got socks on obviously as well and stuff like that, so that's what I wear personally. And then I've got brown gloves as well, and I've got a brown stick which is about that length, about that, but that's the length it's meant to be, about that. Obviously you couldn't have a schooling whip, so that's what you're meant to have. You're also allowed to wear a martingale. I'm not sure which one because Clyde doesn't have martingales, so I don't really know that much about them, but I'm sure you're allowed to use one because everyone wears one basically. And you're allowed jumping boots for the jumping part, but not the conformation. And also I wear a back protector as well for jumping, but I don't wear it for showing, but I do wear it for jumping. So you're allowed a back protector on, obviously, because I recommend wearing one, but obviously lots of people don't like wearing them because they don't look great and they're not comfy and blah 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 blah. But they saved my mum's life wearing a back protector, which is why I like to wear one. So yeah, I don't wear one for showing, but I do wear one for when I'm jumping, because obviously it's a bit unpredictable doing the jumps because they're so high. But that is basically what I'd recommend for jumping. And also I wear long boots, but if you're riding a Welsh section A, B or C or something like that, I think you're meant to wear short boots, but I'm not 100% sure. But if you're over 16, you're meant to wear long boots. But I have no idea about all that, but I wear long boots. I'm not over 16, but I think I look much smarter with them on. I don't really like the look of short boots, especially on a fell pony, so that's what I wear. So now I'm just going to show you a few of the videos of me doing Working Hunter so you can get a proper idea, because sitting and listening to me talking is good, but it's not going to give you a proper idea of what you're actually going to have. So here are some videos. Here is my round from the Highland, which will show you some proper Working Hunter course, because this is the biggest competition in Scotland. I hope that helped you, and hopefully you'll have learned a bit more about Working Hunter, even if you already know something about it. So thank you for listening to day 15 of Vlogmas, and hopefully I'll see you in day 16, which will be up tomorrow night. And thank you for listening. Bye!
Hats off to the DJ. Same song twice in an evening.